Hi, here we are going to see about double busbar system differential protection for primary injection. In this, we are going to see the procedure and testing method. First, we see the procedure. In procedure, first we have to check the CT polarity. Here, if you see in our scheme, the CT polarity all P2 is towards bus. This GT1, GT2 is an incomer, ST and OG is a outgoing feeder. But all P2 is connected towards the bus. And the bus coupler, here we have only one CT. For double bus bar system, for bus coupler, two CT also available. But in our scheme, we have only one CT. So this CT is going to share by this both bus. Fine. Now we go to the polarity. We have two type of CT polarity. If you see type 1, let us consider, for example, I am taking one incomer and one outgoing. Let us consider this is P1 and P2, same way P1, P2. So this is an incomer, this is outgoing. Here the differential relay is connected to the CT secondary like this. Then the current flow from P1 to P2, this is S2, S1. From the secondary, it flow from S2 to S1. So our current direction is like this. When you see for outgoing, it is going from P1 to P2 similarly. So our current flow will be from S2 to S1. So our current direction will be like this. When you see the both current are opposite to each other. This is one type of CT polarity. This is a instability condition. Same way we have another one type. We have another one type. It is type 2. In type 2, let us consider this is incomer, this is outgoing, and this is CT. This is P1, P2, P2, P1. Here P1, P2, P1, P2, but here the polarity is P2, P1. The current flow will be like this. For incomer, outgoing, the current flow will be towards like this from P2 to P1. When you see our differential relay, we connected over here. Now, from S2 to S1, the current flow will be the current direction is same like previous. Then you see here, the current flow will be from S1 to S2. Here, if you see, it is S2 to S1, but here it is S1 to S2. So here also the current flow is in opposite direction. Both the current flow is in opposite, but the polarity is different here. When you see this type, when you match with our scheme belong to type 2. If you see here, this is our incomer. Incomer is also connected with P2 with bus. So P2 is connected with bus. So outgoing, when you see the outgoing P2 is also connected with bus. So outgoing is also connected with bus. This is a type 2. Fine. First we check the CT polarity. Second, we have to check the continuity test. That is from the CT secondary to relay. We have to check the continuity before going for primary injection. And we have to check the star point earthing. The all star point earthing towards the object. Now the fourth one is the zone selection. Let us consider the bus A is zone 1, bus B is zone 2. If you see the zone 1, zone 2. When you close this bus coupler, when you close this two isolator and breaker, then this CT, this bus coupler, if the CT secondary making 1 amps, for example, if the CT secondary making 1 amps, then the zone 1 also will consider this 1 amps, zone 2 also will consider this 1 amp. Both the zone will take this bus coupler, but this zone 1 it have nothing to change, but zone 2 it will invert the polarity. This inverting the polarity was done by the relay internally. So the settings we keep here for bus coupler inverting, that is relay setting, that is different. Just to understand, I am saying this now. But only the bus coupler is get shared like this. But remaining other feeder, either it can be in zone 1 or zone 2. It cannot be like both. It cannot be like bus coupler. It cannot be come under both zone. So how the relay will understand the feeder is in bus A or bus B. For relay, they have given the auxiliary contact of these two isolators, because these two isolators is a bus selector switch. If you want to select the bus A, then our 110 isolator has to be closed. Here I have given naming 110, 120, 210, 220. That means 10 is mean to connecting bus A. 20 is for connecting to bus B. For unique name I have given like this to easy understanding. So if let us consider this switch is closed. Now we closed 110 isolator. So GT1 will go to in connecting with bus A. So the GT1 is considered in zone 1. Second, if GT2, if you close this 2220 isolator, that means it is connecting to bus B. So GT2 will take into zone 2. And if ST, if you go for this connecting this 10th isolator which is connected to bus A, then ST will be taken into zone 1 account. If we close this, then this will be taken into zone 2. That means the auxiliary contact of this isolator is given as a binary input to the relay. When this get closed, the relay automatically put this CT current into the corresponding zone. The final one is the testing method. The testing method which I am going to show now is the already I have done in previous slide. This as a method I consider as the easiest method. If you have any other easiest method, you can post it in the comment so that all can get shared by this. Okay, fine. We go to test method. I just normalize all. I keep testing kit in one place. This is our testing kit. I put clamp over here P1 to the incomer. P1 of the incomer I have made a clamp, and then I have closed this circuit breaker. I have closed this circuit breaker and this isolator to this isolator 110. So that means this feeder is connected to bus A. So if I am going to, for example, if I am going to test with ST with GT1, the differential. So I am going to close this isolator. When you are closing this isolator, relay will consider in zone 1. GT1 and ST in zone 1. Zone 2, no element will be there because all other isolator is open. Now I am going to make other terminal into earthing. So only one terminal I connected to P1 and only one possible of, and I have closed this breaker also. Now I am going to do one earthing cable, that is I am going to make one temporary earthing cable. This is a temporary earthing cable. This temporary earthing cable I was connected to P1 and I was grounded. I have made an earthing. So from this earthing to this earthing, it will automatically will have a connection. Now I am going to inject current slowly. We have to increase the current slowly because it takes a very long path. Even the kid have 1000 amp is capable of injecting, but due to this long path, kid may drive only 200 amps like that. So we should not go very high current very initially. So we have to rise the current slowly, step by step. When you kid get vibration or humming sound, you have to stop injecting and you have to reduce to your safety level. Before we injecting this, you please check the clearance of the bus and safety area and make the barrier on the area which you are going to test. Fine. Now, when you are going to inject current, let us consider this is a 1200 per 1 amps. No, the CT ratio is 1200 per 1 amps, and let us consider I am injecting 120 amps. Now the CT secondary only capable of producing 0.1 amps, but our relay settings will be much higher than this, the differential pickup. So in order to check for primary injection, we have to reduce the value in the relay. So we have to reduce the value according to our kit capability. After reducing the value, we can go for checking. First we have to check the kit capability, maximum capability. After that, you have to set the relay settings. Then we can come to the testing. We can perform the testing. Now, when I inject the current here, the current path will take and it comes to here. Here it goes 120 amps. Same way it comes to earth. From the earth, it get closed path. From here to here, it will get the closed path automatically through earthing. By this method, we can keep the heat in one place and we can able to test all feeder by closing the switch one by one. And also, we don't need the very long welding cable. The cable is size also we can reduce by this method. Okay, fine. We go to testing now. When you inject current, here also 0.1 amp, here also it produce 0.1 amps. Since it is a type 2, if you see, here if you see the current direction is towards P1 to P2. So P1 to P2, our injection is towards P1 to P2. So our secondary injection is towards S2 to S1. So the current will flow here 0.1 amps. When you see here from P2 to P1, the current flow direction is from P2 to P1. So it flow from S1 to S2. When you see here, it is 0.1. So I differential is 0.1 minus 0.1 to 0 differential. So the current will be stabilized here. So this is a condition for stabilizing. To check in zone fault, that is differential tripping, we have to reverse the polarity of the CT secondary. Actually, the relay will have like this connection. We have to reverse the CT polarity. It is a single line diagram, so I am showing like this. Actually, for 3 phase, we have to make the S1 S2 side, that is S2 will be in star point, we have to change the star point. That is enough for reversing polarity. Let's try, we go into the topic. We are reverse the CT polarity. So actually the CT polarity is reversed here. When you inject same 120 amps here also produce 0.1 amps, here also produce 0.1 amps, because all CT bus CT is 1200 amps, so it is producing 0.1 amps. The 0.1 amps current will comes here, direction it get over here, 0.1 amp. So both current flows in same direction. So that means both have same polarity. Both have same polarity, so it will get added, will get 0.2 amps differential. So this is how we have to check the stability and differential. In primary testing, it is very difficult to check the slope. Only in secondary we can able to test the slope. From primary we can check only pickup and differential tape. Similar manner for we can test for other filter also. Just making this by connecting this P1 into earth, by closing this breaker and isolator, we can go for checking the other feeder. I consider this method is very easiest method to test the primary injection. If you have done more easier than this method, you can share with me in comment box. If you think this video is useful for your friends, you can share this to them. Thank you for watching this video.